What up, guys? How are we all doing today? I hope you're doing very good. I'm starting this video off with a nice swig of tea, because that's some good shit. Okay, so this is either going to be a short video or a lengthy video. I personally don't know because I'm recording it now. So you'll know at some point. So what I wanted to talk about is deeds and why I think investing into Entropia Universe is a very, very good idea, right? We're going to start off with what exactly I mean by investing. Investing is when you get X amount of your money, you put it into the game in PEDs, and then you buy land area deeds or shares. That is what I mean by investing in Entropia Universe. If I just say investing, that's what I'm talking about. See? Investment. But investment is actually quite good. You guys are getting some free advertisement. Pedflow.com. Earn free PEDs. You guys are getting some investment. You guys are getting a free advertisement in this video. Absolutely free. Aren't you lucky? Anyway, so when I say investment, I am talking about land area deeds and shares specifically. In other things, I might say investment in skills and things like that. That's when I'm buying guns, when I'm buying tools. I'm putting an investment into my skills. That's what I mean by investing into my skills. I've bought a gun, I bought a knife, I bought a sword, I bought a tree cutter, all that sort of stuff. Those I see as investments into my skills. When I say investment into Entropia, I mean deeds and shares. So, is it a good idea to invest into this game? Well, it depends on your definition of a good idea. If you want to one day be able to get hundreds of PED in a week by doing nothing, then yes, investment into this game is a very good idea. If you want to buy a house, IRL, then no, it's a terrible idea. Put that money into the savings. Unless you see this as do you see this as a long-term investment? Then, yeah, you can invest into this game if you want a long-term investment to hopefully one day get some assets and get some money out of the game, then yeah, sure. It can happen. If you're earning several hundred if you're getting several hundred PEDs from your deeds and your shares a week, then at the end of the month, there's a good chance that you can withdraw $100. $100 US. So yes, if you look at it that way, it is a good idea to invest into the game. Now, what do I think of shares and deeds? Which one do I prefer? Which one do I think is better? I don't think any of them are neither worse nor better than the others. If you want to, it all depends on your situation, right? In order to understand this, we're going to look at the pricing of shares and deeds. We're going to look at deeds first. Now, the two we're going to look at is Arcadia Underground deeds and Calypso land deeds. That's this one and this one. Just split that in half because there's two. So, a Calypso land deed will cost you a bit over 2,000 PEDs to get. So a little over $200 US to buy. Now, that pays out, at least it's paying out for me, on average, 2.5 to 3 PEDs a week. Right? You spend $200 US, a little bit more than $200 US, and you'll be getting 2.5 to 3 PED a week. As long as you keep hold of it. And I believe if you have enough of these Calypso land deeds, you also are eligible to have a little plot of land. I think you need 10, I think. Now, Arcadia Underground deeds. To buy one, right now, it's going at 70 PED, or between 70 and 73 PED a piece, right? So, these pay out daily. Now, the way these guys pay out is, I'm assuming there is a threshold, there is a payout threshold. You know, and I like to think that the guys that are controlling the Arcadia Underground deed have a little bank account that have all the funds that, you know, all the PED funds that Arcadia Underground gets. And they put it in there, and once it reaches a certain threshold, enough to pay everyone 1 PEC for all of the deeds that they have, they will pay out. So a lot of the times, if you're really lucky, they'll pay out daily. Generally, they pay 1 PEC a day per share. Not per share, per deed. They pay out 1 PEC a day per deed. And if you were to look at getting, say, if you were to look at getting a lot of them, you know, you can get a little bit cheaper. But what is the advantage to getting Arcadia Underground deeds? Well, one, there's a good possibility that you're going to get money every day. Two, if there is an event happening on Arcadia at the time, the Arcadia Underground, you will make more money per day because people are spending more money. When you get a deed, you are getting a certain percentage of the profits made on that planet. It's a very small percentage, but it is a percentage, right? Now, the difference between these two is obviously the price. You can either spend $7 and get 1 PEC a day, or you can spend 200 and something US and get 2.5 to 3 PED a week. Now, let's do just a little bit of math. If we were to equal them out to the week, if you were to equal them out to the week, I'm just going to do a bit of quick math. Okay, after doing some quick math on my phone, if the Arcadia Underground deed paid out 1 PED each day, totaling 7 PED a week, PEC, not PED. If the Arcadia Underground paid out 1 PEC per day, equaling 7 PEC per week, right, per week, in order to match the same amount that you would get from a Calypso land deed per week, you would need to get about 43 Arcadia Underground deeds. Now, if you factor in the cost, in order to get the same amount of PEDs per week, from Arcadia Underground deeds, you will be spending an extra 1,000-ish PEDs on deeds. So when it comes to Arcadia Underground deeds and Calypso land deeds, which one do I think is far better of an investment? Calypso land deeds. At the moment, Calypso land deeds are a far better investment than Arcadia Underground deeds. But if you want to buy Arcadia Underground deeds because it's cheaper for you at that point in time, then go ahead and get some Arcadia Underground deeds if you like. However, I would advise getting Calypso land deeds instead. For example, for 2 Calypso land deeds here, it's around, it's 4,379 PED, we'll say. And having 2, I get between 5.5 PED and 6 PED per week, right? You could spend 7,000 and get 100 Arcadia Underground deeds. And if they only pay out 1 PEC a week, or 1 PEC a day each, you'll get 7 PED at the end of that week. Keeping in mind, Arcadia Underground does have days where it could be doubled or tripled, right? But here's where I think the better option lies. You know, instead of getting underground deeds, here's where I think the better option lies. And that is in the shares. These shares cost, the ancient Greece shares right now pay out per week, and they pay, I think 3 PEC per week, thereabouts each. They're only 10 PED, right? So if you were to get, say, I don't know, let's say you spent the same amount that you would on an Arcadia Underground deed on these. So you got 7 of these, right? So at the end of the week, where you would buy 1 Arcadia Underground deed and get 7 PEC at the end of the week, or have 7 PEC in ped flow at the end of the week, if you were to get this instead, you would get 21 to... You get 21, or like you'd get a lot more. You get well over double for the exact same price. You'd get well over double. So I suggest right now, if you have the money, investing it in the ancient Greece, right? Calypso Palace Station, it's a similar sort of deal, but right now they cost a little bit more because people have bought them and now they are selling them. You know, I bought a bunch, and I'm keeping a bunch. This is what I get. This is what I have gotten from... That was 2019. Recent time. For 212, I'm getting 4.24. Actually, this will be a good idea to see this as well. For 5, I got 5. For 5 of these guys, I get 15 PEC, right? 15 PEC. I can't complain, right? It started off at 10, and I got 5. I got 15. It does go up. It does fluctuate. But on a good day, you're going to get good stuff. So if I was to say what would be the best thing to invest in, though, out of the shares and the deeds, what do I think the best thing to invest in? Save up your money and get some Calypso land deeds, right? Get some Calypso land deeds because the main player base is on Calypso. That's where a lot of the people are. If you want to put a little bit of money, if you want to get some shares, get some shares. But I think, at least for now, if you're going to put money into the game and put money away to get stuff in the game, right? I highly recommend getting the Calypso land deeds. If you have a little bit extra, then yeah, throw it into the stock or into the shares, but get some Calypso land deeds. But that's if you have the money to throw in. If you're only able to throw like $5 a week into investing in this, then go with the ancient Greece, or go with the Crystal Palace space station. Go with that. Go with those. And you might be thinking, well, if I put $5 into the game, I could get some shares or get some deeds and some shares, or I can get 50 PED worth of ammunition. Well, then that's where you got to sit down. You got to think of, what do I want at the moment? Am I in a position where I need more assets? Do I need more funding in my game in order to do bigger hunts? If your answer is yes, then start investing into the shares and into the deeds. Because let's just say you get you put in, I don't know, let's say you're in a good position and you're able to put in 200 PED a week. So you pay $20 and you get a decent amount per week. Right? You're able to put a decent amount per week in. If you get that if you take that 200 PED and put it into ancient Greece, you would get 10 shares per week. If 10 shares per week 10 shares? 20 shares. Sorry, if you were to get 200, put it into ancient Greece, you would get 20 shares. Now, if... just some quick mathematics. Now, after the first week, you'd get, you'd be bringing in 60 PEC. Doesn't sound like much. Well, then you do it the next week. All of a sudden, you're bringing in over a PED. You do it the week after. Then you do it the week after. And you do it the week after. After a few months, you'll be bringing in an extra, 10 PED a week. Right? You'll be bringing in an extra 10 PED a week that you can then throw onto extra stuff. Shit, you might even be able to get another share each week. So instead of getting 20 shares a week, you get 21, and so on and so forth. But that is with the current situation of ancient Greece. That's why I say you got to look at your current situation. If you're still a newbie and if you're still a new player, don't worry about investing into this stuff yet. Don't worry about it. Put some money into the game, get some ammo, or get some probes. Go out and look for fruit, do some sweating, do some hunting, do some small hunts. If you're a new player, 100 PED worth of ammunition can go a long way. It really can. So, just have fun with the game at first. And you should always have fun with the game. If you get to a point where you're not enjoying the game, then do not play it. There's no point in just playing the game for the sake of playing the game, if you do not enjoy it. I enjoy it thoroughly. It is fun. For me, anyway. I fucking thoroughly enjoy the game. So yeah, out of everything, if you have the money to invest, then yeah, invest. But if you're low level and you don't have to, well, invest that into your skills instead. Invest that into getting some equipment. Invest that into having more universal ammo on deck. That way you can, do longer hunts, have more fun for even longer. But if you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, this isn't enough for me to, do what I'm doing, well then start investing. Anyway, I've taken up enough of you guys' time. That is my thought on investing and what into deeds and shares on Entropia Universe. That's the main reason why I do it, so it can offset the cost of a few things. Eventually, I'm hoping it to be my sole source of in-game needs, right? If I can get 200 PED a week from my shares eventually, and my deeds, hell yeah, that would be fucking dope. But, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was probably a lengthy video, and I know it's not the most entertaining of videos, but that is my thoughts on it. If you have your own thoughts down below, let me know. Type them in the comments. And let's start a little bit of a discussion. What do you prefer? Do you think people should just focus on their skills and all that sort of stuff? Or do you think people should invest into the deeds? Do you think people should do a half and half? Do you think, people should put like 75% into shares and the other 25% throw it into, say, ammunition and stuff like that? Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, that's all from me for today. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.